Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.
Welcome to Africa Investor Today with me, Zylan. We take a look at politics and economy. The Shura Council of the Sudanese ruling National Congress Party Tuesday announced nomination of incumbent President Omar al-Bashir as the candidate of the party to the country's presidency in its general elections on April 2010. At its 9th session, the NCP Council also nominated al-Bashir as chairperson for the party for a new 4-year session. Al-Bashir, addressing the session, described the decision as a new mandate, saying that he was convinced that the NCP has capable leaders to lead in this crucial stage. Nigeria on Tuesday insisted it would not extend the October 4 deadline for amnesty for Niger Delta militants who had waged oil war against the country in the past 3.5 years. After the 4th of October, the amnesty terminates. There will be no extension. Government is firm, is resolute, and government will continue with subsequent aspects of the rehabilitation and reintegration of all those who have embraced the amnesty. We'll take a short break. After the break, we'll have a look at companies and markets.
Redefining energy means redefining life. At the Petroleum, Oil and Gas Corporation of South Africa, our commitment to greater innovation and greener fuels has made us pioneers in the field of gas-to-liquids technology. It has also earned us worldwide recognition for producing the cleanest fuels through environmentally friendly processes. That's how we've become the international leader in diesel technology. Through pure innovation, pure energy, pure brilliance.
In companies and markets now, Allied Technologies Altech share price surged yesterday after profits for the 6 months to August was boosted for the first time from what the company called explosive growth in its East African broadband operations. The share price climbed 3.5% to 64.49 after headline earnings per share increased 13% to 304 cents. Cash stood at 460 million rand in spite of a range of acquisitions. The return on equity improved to 29% from 26%. We invested 650 million rand into the East African business a year ago, and in the first 6 months it is already 18% of our operating profit, CEO Craig Venter said yesterday. Altech East Africa was expected to contribute up to 45% of Altech's profit over 2 to 3 years. Morocco's number 2 telecommunications firm, Mediatel, said on Tuesday it has no plan to list a stake on the local exchange for now. Mediatel wants to put an end to rumors. It confirms that it would not list a stake on the bourse for the moment, the company said in the brief statement to Reuters. The statement came in response to a Reuters query after 3 leading Moroccan dailies had reported last week that Meditel's owners Finance.com and state fund CDG aim to sell the stake to institutionalized investors, likely to be telecoms firms from Egypt, Bahrain and United Arab Emirates. Join us after the commercial break for banking and finance.
Afrexim Bank is Africa's leading trade finance bank, an organization dedicated to promoting African trade through credit, risk-bearing and advisory services. We pride ourselves on having local presence throughout the continent and are committed to extending our award-winning trade and project finance programs to unlock private sector development continent-wide. We invite you to become a part of our vision for a strong Africa in a changing world. If you trade within Africa, contact us to support you.
In banking and finance news now, Moroccan bank BMCE on Tuesday dismissed comments by analysts and newspapers that its ailing London's affiliate bank would drag its growth further down, saying it would swing into profit next year. London-based Meta Capital is designated by BMCE as its expansion engine abroad, but it has shown losses for 2 consecutive years. Its debt provisions were the main factor behind BMCE's first profit decline in 5 years. BMCE's average profit growth has been 16.6% annually since 2004, the bank has said. There have been many erroneous comments and reports about Media Capital. Media Capital would break even by the end of this year. Nigerian banks are not in the top 10 of the new 2009 ranking of Africa's banks, a Paris-based magazine Africa Reports says in its latest October to November issue. According to the ranking, Zenith International Bank of Nigeria occupies the 12th position, thus becoming the biggest bank in Nigeria. Zenith Bank was number 21 in the magazine's 2008 rankings. It therefore gained 9 points in a year. More business news after the break. Stay with us.
Africa Investor, the leading African investment magazine, is essential reading for investors in Africa, filled with the very latest in Pan-African investment and finance news. In addition, log on to africa-investor.com to find out more about our exciting capital market infrastructure and tourism events, and our long-standing investable Africa Investor 100 Index series, which tracks over $600 billion of African equities. Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.
Welcome back. Now in infrastructure, Africa's top airlines has embarked on aggressive regional route expansion to protect revenues that have come under immense pressure since the onset of the global financial crisis, renewing a long-standing battle for control of the continent's airspace. In recent months, leading operators Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airlines and South African Airways have been spreading their footprints across the continent, aiming to tap enough revenues to plug the gaping holes left by low passenger volumes in the traditional profitable long-haul flights to Europe and the Far East. Kenya Airways is leading the pack with 36 African routes that now account for more than half of its annual revenues. The cost of browsing the internet for most last-mile consumers of Uganda's Telecom's data services will fall with an increase in the number of customers, not only with the arrival of Seacom submarine cable, Daily Monitor has established. Uganda Telecom Limited, which is one of the nation's biggest internet service providers, on Monday announced that it had connected its customers to super high-speed and capacity bandwidth through the Seacom fiber optic cable, which has linked East Africa to the world. But the firm has not directly slashed the cost of connectivity, as was expected of the ISPs, with the migration of data transmission from the expensive satellite-powered solutions to the low-cost undersea cables like Seacom and the East African Marine System, which are live. Uganda is linked to Seacom's broadband pipe via the Kenyan data network, which has a direct link to the firm's station at Mombasa. Thank you for joining us on Africa Investor today. For more information, log on to our website at www.africa-investor.com.
Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.